Hey everyone, so this is my review of The Flash, Season 5, Episode 10, called The Flash and the Furious, and essentially what this episode is about is that the team must band together when the Weather Witch is broken out of prison by another metahuman codenamed the Silver Ghost, and they must figure out how to sort of stop them when Barry ends up being out of commission. And while it's going on, Cisco and Caitlin sort of talk about the possibility of creating a metahuman cure. And this was a really interesting and entertaining episode that I really enjoyed the sort of heavy focus on excess in this episode because of the fact that Barry wasn't able to fight himself. And just seeing sort of how Nora grew as a character and grew as a hero because of everything that happened was really interesting. Where she is very against the Weather Witch at the beginning and doesn't feel any sort of remorse for anything, and sort of has to grapple with the fact that the Weather Witch is feeling remorse and feels like she deserves to be punished for a crime and wants to sort of start over. And watching Nora slowly grapple that and grapple to accept that people can sort of change was really interesting, especially with how that eventually translated over to Eobard Thawne and her agreeing to sort of continue to work with him in the future. And I'm just really interested to sort of see what Thorne's plans are that he needs Nora for, and everything around that, because I feel like based on the timer that showed that he has this limited time before he's eventually going to be erased from history is what I feel like is happening. So I'm very curious to see sort of what Nora has to do with saving him, if that is the sort of storyline that they're playing out there. Then the moments with Silver Ghost were interesting, but I'm still a bit confused about her abilities with her technology and her being able to sort of control technology. And yes, the way that they did show it was really fun, with her being able to like manipulate like all these different special cars and other utensils and stuff. But I'm still just overall confused on how her powers sort of work. And it did make for a really great moment where the reason Barry's out of commission is because she sent out this sort of wave that caused him to not be able to stop vibrating, and that he is unable to sort of control his powers because of the fact of this wave hitting him. And that was just really fun to see sort of how all that played out, with the team sort of figuring out a way to protect him until this extra energy and stuff sort of wore off of him. Then everything with Caitlin and Cisco is interesting, with Cisco bringing up the idea of creating this cure to sort of help the metahumans that don't want their powers, and his sort of reasoning behind why he doesn't want his powers anymore and stuff is interesting, even though to me it kind of feels a bit random and out of place that all of a sudden he hates his power so much. But with that, I'm very interested to sort of see what Caitlin and Cisco are eventually going to come up with the idea of creating this cure, and if they're actually going to do so, and if Cisco's going to go through fixing himself back to being a non-metahuman. I'm just really interested to sort of see how all that story plays out. Then everything with Sherlock was really great, with him continuing to sort of try and decipher Nora's weird text. And I'm very curious to see sort of what he's going to uncover once he does translate a bunch of it. I'm just really excited to see sort of what's going to happen there. And then just overall, this was a really interesting and entertaining episode. That wasn't the best episode out there, but it was still very, very fun to watch and see how everything played out. So yeah, that's my review of The Flash, Season 5, Episode 10, called The Flash and the Furious. So yeah.